Welcome to the TLI workshop on the rhythm of English. My name is Abhijit Joshi. I'm your host for tonight. Before I introduce our speaker, let me acknowledge the contribution of Maithili Prabhu, the event manager, Ines Ben Sheikh, the PR manager, the tech guru, Nishant Chandrasekhar. Our speaker today is an Illinois native. She has always loved the rhythm of English, from music to nursery rhymes, from acting monologues to public speeches. She has over 25 years of experience coaching accent reduction to non-native speakers. She has a background in business, law, theater, singing, and public speaking. She has earned a law degree as well as a master's degree in English as a second language from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. She has coached actors as well as the tech professionals, including executives, engineers from top tech companies like Apple, Amazon, HP, Samsung. Please welcome Sheila Lebedenko.
Thank you, Abby, for the beautiful introduction. So you're all here tonight because you're wondering what this is I'm going to talk about. What is the rhythm of English? Why is the rhythm of English important to me? I'm going to tell you a little story. High school trigonometry was not my best subject. Actually, for someone who's an English teacher today, I had always been pretty good at math until I got to high school trigonometry. What changed? What happened? Well, it was Mr. Cowan that happened. To find the sine, divide the length of the side of the angle that is opposite that angle by the hypotenuse, or the length of the longest side. Now, I just couldn't. I couldn't listen to him. Even with all my heart, I tried. I didn't want to get a bad grade. And he was an educated, mature, native speaker of English. He didn't make any grammar mistakes, but I still couldn't listen to him. Then one day he announced that we were going to have a sub for a whole month. Nobody in the class looked disappointed. The sub taught us a whole unit and it ended in a test. Now, I like the sub. The sub's English was the English that I had grown up hearing. Her voice went up and down and it paused in all the right places. You know, I got an A on that test. And when my teacher came back, when Mr. Cowan returned, he said, "Sheila, why did you get a C on all of my tests when I taught, but you got an A when the sub taught?" He seemed a little bit jealous, actually. And I couldn't just tell him, because I don't like listening to you. I mean, that would be rude, so I didn't know what to tell him. But my point today is that the rhythm of English is very important because you might lose your audience if you don't have it. So I kind of felt like maybe the guy in the lower right. I thought, oh, how am I going to pass this trigonometry class? I can't listen to him. Some people might have felt like the guy on the left. And I'm sure that there's many non-native speakers of English out there who feel like one or the other when they can't get their point across, when people aren't listening to them. It's not just your vowels and your consonants that make people not understand you, but it can be your rhythm. Yes. So when I speak English without the rhythm, you have to focus extra hard on what I am saying. Oh, that was boring. It was hard to say. It was like you wanted to pull the words out of my mouth. You grow weary faster. That's all the kids that were falling asleep in my trigonometry class probably. We're going to start with rhythm by talking about word stress, because the word is the unit inside of the sentence and the word has its own rhythm. So we'll start simple and then we'll build up. What syllables do we stress? If we stress every single syllable in a word, it's going to sound boring. So we stress approximately every other syllable. And guess what? Those long words have stress that are determined by their suffixes. Let's look at an example. We're going to look at the ION suffix. When you have an ION suffix, as in conclusion, you want to stress one vowel to the left of ION. So one vowel to the left is that red U you see, conclusion. And then when I see the word demonstration, I know that I have to stress the A because that's one vowel to the left. Now the question is, what do I do with those other syllables? When you have a long word like demonstration that has 4 syllables, demonstration, you're actually going to have 2 stresses because we stress every other syllable. This is sounding like math class. So I'm going to have secondary stress on the DE, da, no stress on mun. I'm not going to say mon. I'm not going to say demonstration. A lot of non-native speakers of English might try to say demonstration or something like that. But we're going to say demonstration, where I only stress da and stray more than da. Demonstration. So can I have a volunteer who can say the 3 words at the bottom of the screen for me? And also you want to be in, I forgot to tell you, but you do want to expand the pictures and move the bar to the left so that you can be in side-by-side mode. If you go to your options, you can be in side-by-side mode, and then you can see my picture and the screen at the same time and decide how big you want my picture to be. But right now, I would like to have a volunteer. You can raise your hand by going to the participant screen. There's a little hand at the bottom.
I'll unmute Rand.
Okay. Emancipation, elimination, optimization.
Good. So when you said emancipation, I kind of heard emancipation. So you took that I in the CIP part and you put a little too much energy into it. It should be really simple. Emancipate, emancipate, but not emancipation. Can you try that one again?
Emancipate, emancipate.
Yes, and then,
Emancipation.
yeah, you can finish the word, right? Emancipation. Excellent. Okay, let's do elimination again. Same idea. You're going to stress lim and A the most. And you don't want to say elim or anything. It's just elim. Elimination.
Elimination.
Beautiful. And the last word again?
Optimization.
Yeah, some people in other countries, maybe in Britain, would say optimization. Usually Americans just say optimization, optimization. So it's not exactly every other syllable. That's why I said approximately every other syllable, but we are going to have secondary stress on op and the main stress on a. Optimization. One more time.
Optimization. Optimization.
Thank you. Okay, so do you feel the rhythm there? Up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
We don't want to handle every syllable. It's too much for my brain to process if I have to focus hard on every syllable, and it gives you no time to rest.
Yeah.
And you need to rest and be relaxed. Next, we're also going to stress one vowel to the left of graphy, itty, and meter. There's a lot of rules like this, but we're just going through a few of them tonight. So can we have another volunteer who can try to say these 3 words? Don't be shy.
Yes, I'm Anjali.
Yes.
Sure. So geography, stupidity, kilometer.
Okay, so if graphy is the suffix and we want to stress one vowel to the left of it, and actually graphy is not going to sound like graphy, it's going to be reduced to gruffy, but which vowel is one to the left of gruffy? It's the O. So we want to stress that O. So instead of geography, it's geography. I want O to be the highlighted part of that word. Can you try that again?
Geography.
Yes, you're saying it like a question, but you got the O up that time. Geography. Excellent.
Geography.
Yes. And the second one again?
Stupidity.
Good. Now, when you highlight that PID, I want you to lengthen the I and spend more time and energy on it. So not stupidity, but stupidity. Really lengthen the PID so you're spending more time on the letter I, on that vowel. It's the vowel that we want to lengthen and give energy to.
So like stupidity.
Stupidity. So I'm lengthening that I. Stupidity.
Stupidity.
Yes, that's the idea. Stupidity. So think more vowel, less emphasis on consonants. And the third one.
Kilometer.
Yes, so the KI is just ki, not ki, but ki, more relaxed. It's not stressed at all. Kilometer.
Kilometer.
Yes, that's right. So you had a big O there. That's what's stressed to the left. Okay, another rule. Thank you so much for volunteering.
Thank you.
We're going to stress two vowels. This is a different rule. You have to stress two vowels to the left of some suffixes, such as ATE, graph, and IZE. So can I have another volunteer try these three words?
Anita, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Desperate, autograph, modernize, modernize.
Yes, you did good lengthening the stressed syllables. Desperate, autograph, modernize. So we can see how geography is different from autograph. They stress geography goes one to the left and autograph goes two to the left. So there's a difference between graph and graphy. Now you're going to practice in breakout rooms just saying these words, and Abby is going to be kind enough to put you in breakout rooms, and you don't need to be there too long. Let's say 2 minutes in the breakout room so everybody can try saying these words, and please correct each other. Please take a picture of this screen before you leave and go to your breakout room. You could use a phone to take a picture of it or make a screenshot so you'll have access to it in the breakout room. See you in a couple minutes.
I will time it for 2 minutes.
Abby, are we leaving anybody in this room?
Yeah, Jane, yeah. Kyoko, you can stay here. I think she's joining from iPhone, so she will not be able to go to the breakout room.
Okay. Yeah, so who is ever here, we can take turns.
Yes. There are actually some people. Let me see. Kyoko, you want to speak? Let me unmute her. Yeah, you can unmute yourself, Kyoko. I think rest of the people are there, but their cameras are hidden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wants to start? You can read all the words on this page and we can correct each other. I'll even say some that are wrong. Okay, I'll start out. Geography. What do you think?
Geography.
Yes, but go higher on that O.
Yeah, geography. Yeah.
Really feel like you're singing the O. Geography.
Geography.
And then go back down on graphy.
Yes. Geography.
Yes, and it's graphy, not graphy. That A is for
Graphy.
geography.
Geography.
Okay, good.
Geography.
Shoko, do you want to try?
Are you asking me?
Sure.
Okay, geography.
Good. How about Shanti?
Geography.
Yeah, okay, good. Let's do the words at the bottom of the page now. So we have the P words. Would it be photography?
Photography.
Yes, so what do I do with PHO? I don't want too much energy on PHO because I want to have contrast between ph and ta. So it's photography, not too much ph. More difference is better. Photography.
Photography.
Yes, how about the next word?
Photograph.
Yeah, so this one, we're going to stress the PHO instead of the TO, right? Photograph.
Photograph.
And the next one?
Advertise.
Yeah, this one you go 2 to the left, so you want more of the AD. Ad, I'm kind of pretend I have a rubber band here. Advertise.
Advertise.
More AD. Advertise. Hi, Vivian.
Hi.
Yeah,
Vivian,
we're practicing these words. Advertise. So who wants to try it?
Advertise.
Perfect. She had a really big ad. I like that. How about the next word? Subordinate.
Subordinate.
Subordinate. So I'm going to go up in pitch on the ORD. I want to stress 2 vowels to the left of ATE, and I'm going to stress it by going up. Subordinate.
Subordinate.
Beautiful. How about the next one?
Insanity.
Yes. How about Bud? Bud Everts.
Which word?
Oh, I'm getting Bud to talk.
Speedometer.
Oh yeah, that one we would stress the dom. So we go 1 to the left of meter and we get speedometer. Like we don't even really say speed. It's just speedometer. Lots of but not so much speed.
I see. Speedometer.
Yeah. Yes. And how about Abby?
which one do you want me to do?
The last one, whatever, any of them.
Speedometer.
Yeah, you can even change speed to spid if you want.
Yes.
That's totally okay to change it to spid, speedometer. And the last one?
Reconciliation.
You have a good guess. That's a really good guess because that would be every other syllable, but we don't need to say the it's just rec.
Right.
So, but it will be will be stressed somewhat. Reconciliation. Reconciliation.
Reconciliation.
More A. Like you could go a little higher on your A and then down on your shun. Reconciliation.
Reconciliation.
Yeah, so you want to use that range of your pitch, like where's your low voice, where's your higher voice, and use everything in between. You don't want to get stuck on a monotone. That's why I was getting a C in trigonometry. He was stuck on a monotone, okay? Yeah, some people aren't as sensitive to it as I am, but boy, am I sensitive to rhythm. Yeah. And I'm not the only one who's sensitive to rhythm. There's people like me who are sensitive to it. You have to have it. Okay, anybody wants to try any others, or are we ending the breakout room soon?
We have ended the breakout rooms. Everyone is back.
Oh, awesome. Okay, can I have a volunteer to do all those words for me?
Amit, I will.
Thanks, Abhijit. So let me practice. Photography, photograph, advertise, subordinate, insanity, speedometer, reconciliation.
So when you said insanity, it sounded like insanity. You really had a lot of stress on the N. The N can be reduced. It's right next to san. You only want to stress
insanity.
san. So it's insanity. More
Insanity.
san, less in. Yeah.
Okay.
One more time.
Insanity.
Good. And do photograph again.
Photograph.
Can you go higher in pitch on the faux so that there's more contrast between faux and duh? Photograph.
Photograph.
Yeah, and the TO is not really toe, it's just duh. So it's photograph. The TO is reduced because we only stress every other syllable. So photograph.
Photograph.
Yeah, that's better. So now you have more contrast. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about word stress and rhythm in a word. Thank you so much.
So that will be photography and that will be photograph.
The first one is photography.
Photography. Yeah.
And I really stretched out that top.
Photography.
And the PHO there just becomes fa.
Right.
And it's super
Photograph.
fast. Photography.
Photography.
Yes. Okay, good. So another thing, when we say photography, I have a lot of students who would say it like this. They would say photography, photography. And what they're doing is they're taking their air going like this, photography, instead of photography. So I want the whole word, or usually a whole phrase, said in one consistent breath of air. All words in the phrase are connected by the breath, and all syllables in a word are connected by the breath. You're imagining that this breath of air is a stream kind of coming out of your mouth, and you're just riding the wave. You're surfing. The words, the syllables are surfing right out of your mouth on that breath of air. Photography instead of photography. So if you go photography, it's going to feel to me, a native speaker, like somebody's hammering me in the head. And then I get a C in trig. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay. I put a balloon here because I want this to be about your lungs. Your lungs are going to slowly leak air, like there's a tiny little pinhole in that balloon, and you're going to slowly leak the air out of your lungs. I guess there should be 2 balloons, right? Oh, I messed up, 2 balloons. So the air is going to come slowly out of your lungs over the course of the word or the course of the phrase. We'll be practicing that as we move on now. Now we're getting into the whole sentence. English has something called stress-timed rhythm, where important words are stressed at regular intervals, but the less important words are squeezed between the stressed words. So I typed out that whole sentence because it's really important and you really need to know that. And it's the general rule that you must know. We're going to practice that stress-timed rhythm with this very popular poem. So if I read it without rhythm, I would say roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. Do I want to read it like that? That didn't have rhythm. Instead, I want to stress the words that are nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, those content words, and I want them to be receiving the beats. So if I clap this, roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. And we can all try that together. So feel free to clap with me. Turn on your mic if you want. I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go for it. Get that rhythm going. 3, 2, 1. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. So I had that clap going like a metronome because I want the important words to sit on that clap. Now we have to learn what to stress. So I said we stress nouns like a cat or a mouse. We stress verbs like chase or hide. We stress adjectives like quick, slow, adverbs like quickly, slowly. We stress all the negatives too, like don't, can't, not, won't, shouldn't, any kind of negative. And we stress question words like where, how, when, why. And finally, this one people tend to forget about if they're not native speakers would be demonstratives. Demonstratives are this, these, that, and those also get stressed. Now, what do we not stress? Well, everything else, right? We don't stress to be verbs, is, are, were, been, etc. We don't stress prepositions like to or from. And the articles, I know you spent a long time learning articles if you've been learning English, and you think about them really hard, right? But we don't stress them, the, and. And pronouns like he, she, I, don't stress those either, although logically it seems like you should, right? So maybe the pronouns, that one's not so intuitive. Then there's conjunctions, and, or, if, while, that, things like that, don't stress them. And usually we don't even stress modals like can, should, or would. Helping verbs, have, has, had, etc., we don't stress. So how do we make rhythm? Now we know what to stress, what not to stress, but what exactly do we do? For the stressed words, you want to have a higher pitch. So pitch is like I'm here instead of here, okay? Higher, that's pitch. It's not volume, it's the note that you're playing on the piano, right? A higher notes is gonna be a higher pitch. And then you also wanna have more volume, but you know, more volume is not nearly as important as the other two. So don't go overboard on the more volume. That'll get you in trouble. It'll make you sound like you're yelling at people. And number 3, you want to have a full vowel. We'll look into what that means. Now, unstressed words, of course, it's the opposite, right? You want to have lower pitch, less volume, and a reduced vowel. So that's like when we said demonstration, the M-O-N. I didn't say demonstration, it's demon. So the M-O got reduced to M-U, mun. That's a reduced vowel. Oh, look at that kitty. So we're going to practice on this sentence. I want to stress the nouns and the adjectives. So I'm going to stress cats, larger, mice. Cats are larger than mice. So I didn't really say are. I didn't say cats are larger. I said cats are larger. So are became er. Oh, that's crazy. Are became er. But I am not considered a sloppy speaker if I do that, because I was extremely clear on cats, larger, and mice. And I didn't say van. That's a lot of work to say van, that you have to open your mouth a lot. But all you have to do is say thun. Cats are larger than mice. So I stressed every other word. I stressed the nouns and adjectives. And now we're going to look at the next element of rhythm, which is how to squeeze. Oh, I think I forgot to put that on the list of how to have rhythm. How to squeeze should have been on there. You have to squeeze the stressed words. So I put that metronome there because we're going to say these 3 words, cats, chase, and mice, equidistant from each other. They're going to be said like we're talking to a metronome. And then we're going to squeeze those other words in between. So I'm going to try it first, and then we'll have a volunteer do it. Cats chase mice. The cats chase the mice. The cats will chase the mice. The cats have been chasing the mice. The cats could have been chasing the mice. So when I got to could have been, it was really fast, right? It was really fast, but it was okay because I was so clear on cats and chase. And I want you to notice how I said the whole sentence in 1 breath of air. It's not that long of a sentence, so you can do it. If it's a longer sentence, yeah, you can break it up. But these are short sentences we're looking at tonight. The cats could have been chasing the mice, and the momentum was always going forward. The words were spilling out of my mouth and riding the flow of air out of my mouth in 1 exhalation. The cats could have been chasing the mice. Now I have a few pictures here. So the balloon again, to remind you, 1 breath of air, slowly leak the air out of your lungs so that you last till the end of the sentence. Why do I have a baseball pitcher? Because I want to wind up on the function words like could have been, and then I want to throw on a content word like chase. So it's the cats could have been chasing the mice. And what's important there is you would never stop while you're winding up. You're not like, the cats could have been. No, you keep moving when you throw a ball. Could have been chasing. And you would never stop after the word been. That would just not work out right. That would ruin your rhythm. You can stop a little after chasing, kind of like take a little rest, right? The cats could have been chasing the mice. Next, I have a picture of a pendulum because some of you might not want to throw, you might prefer a pendulum swinging, and it would look like this. The cats could have been chasing the mice. The cats could have been chasing the mice. And of course, some of you might rather have a lasso because, I don't know, maybe you're from the Wild West. So I have my lasso here. The cats could have been chasing the mice. So I have a lot of my students do this, and a lot of my students like to do this. The cats could have been chasing the mice. So they're never stopping. There's no pauses between those words. The air is continually flowing. Who would like to volunteer for me? We're just going to read these sentences, no surprises. You know exactly what I'm going to have you do. Don't be shy.
Can I try?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cats chase mice. The cats chase the mice. The cats will chase the mice. The cats have been chasing the mice. The cats could have been chasing the mice.
Nice. I like how you were very clear on cats chasing mice every single time. Now, I did some things that I didn't write down here. I didn't really say the cats will. I said the cats'll, and I made it like a contraction, like cats'll, like apostrophe LL. And I didn't really say the cats have been. I said the cats have been, cats have been. So that was also like a contraction. That have is just too much work. We don't need to say have, that's a helping verb. So instead it's just like UV, cats have. And could have been, that can even be sped up by just saying coulda instead of could have. So can we try, let's do the cats have been chasing the mice and try not to say have.
The cat's been chasing the mice.
Okay, yeah, the cats have been chasing the mice. Good.
Okay.
Can I have another volunteer? We'll just let somebody else try.
Sure, I'll go.
Okay.
All of them?
Sure, yeah, you can do it like you set your metronome, start clapping, stomping those feet, and go through all 5.
Cats chase mice. The cats will chase the mice. Oh, I can't even read. The cats will chase the mice. The cats have been chasing the mice. The cats could have been chasing the mice.
Okay, you see that was perfect rhythm right there, right? That was beautiful. And you will notice that there's a little extra emphasis on mice. So we tend to give the last word in the sentence, if we haven't already said that word, the most stress. So it's cats chase mice. The cats chase the mice. The cats will chase the mice. So always a little bit higher up on the mice. Okay, excellent. We're going to move on. We're going to learn about tricks that help you create rhythm, our toolbox of tricks. So the first one is reductions. We've already talked about it a little bit. For example, R becomes Cats are larger than mice. It's totally normal to say that. It is not considered sloppy speech as long as my cats and my larger are super clear. Cats are larger than mice. And then we've already mentioned becomes than. That's a reduction. We don't say the short A and then, we just change it to than. Cats are larger than mice. If I say cats are larger than mice, somebody's going to fall asleep. His can become is. You don't have to have the H and all the pronouns like his and her and him in the middle of a sentence. So we could say he's holding his cat on his lap. And as long as I am very clear about holding cat and lap, and we know who he is because we've already been talking about him, then it's super clear, it's not a problem, it's not considered sloppy. He's holding his cat on his lap. Then we have the word for. This is one that students really struggle and fight me with. They really like to say for, which is a lot more work than just saying fur. Cats eat mice for breakfast. I want that fur to be so fast. I don't want to say cats eat mice for breakfast. cats eat mice for breakfast. I want cats eat mice for breakfast. Then I can really let it out on breakfast. And the last one I'll show you today, although there's a lot more of them, but this is what we'll look at for now. At becomes et. You know, it's a big change to go from a to eh. So the cat will bat at the cat toy. I'm looking at the word at, and I'm going to say bat with a short a, bat, but at, I'm not going to say bat at. The cat will bat at the cat toy. That's kind of boring. It's the cat will bat at the cat toy. So I've changed at to et. I've reduced it, and that's how I can achieve my rhythm. It makes it easier for me to get all the words at the right time, and I squeeze everything, and I have more chance to have that vocal variety up and down because I'm not treating every syllable equally. Can I have a volunteer to say these words? Or these are not words, sorry, these are sentences. Let's say them with reductions and rhythm. Who's brave? Dan Margit.
Tran raised her hand. Tran.
Yeah. Okay. Cats are larger than mice. He's
Good.
holding
And let's go back to cats are larger than mice. You're gonna do that in one breath of air, right? So I inhale, I fill that air up all around, I fill up my rib cage with it. Cats are larger than mice.
Cats are larger than mice.
Yes, I didn't hear your S at the end of mice, but everything else was perfect. One more time.
Cats are larger than mice.
Yes, good. Larger is with a J, but that's for another day. And he's holding his cat on his lap.
He's holding his cat on his lap.
Good, and you're gonna learn in a couple pages what we're gonna do with the word cat, but you just did that part perfectly. And the next one is cats eat mice for breakfast.
Cats eat mice for breakfast.
Good, I like how you really reduced fur, you made it very low energy, you had more pop on breakfast. Great. And the last one, the cat will bat at the cat toy.
The cat will bat at the cat toys.
Good, okay, excellent. That is how you do the rhythm. Did that feel good? Did you like doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, you felt cool, right? Yeah, so it's all about. All right, another trick besides reductions is contractions. And we talked a little bit about that before. What is that little kitten doing? Oh, he's chasing a mouse. Okay, so we're gonna say instead of the cat will bite you, we're gonna say the cat'll bite you. The cat'll. That's okay, you can use contractions. You know, most people know about this, but sometimes I have to remind people, the cat'll bite you. The cat could have been chasing the mice. The cat could have been chasing the mice. So the could have been becomes could have apostrophe VE. That's pretty simple. And you could also say could have been. You know, for those of you who don't like your V's and you want to be extra fast, there's no reason why you can't say could have been. The cat could have been chasing the mice. That's totally normal, not really even considered sloppy. But it's only going to work if you connect all the words together in one breath of air. If you say, the cat could have been, oh, that would not be good. It has to be could have been in one exhalation. Sound changes, okay? This is, ooh, I think we got the wrong number there, but yeah, this is probably number 3 now. So the first one is that T sometimes becomes D. A lot of things happen to the letter T. Our T in English is really complicated, but we're gonna look at T here. I do not say he's holding a cat on his lap. I don't even say cat. I say cat on, cat on. So what happened is I said cat on his, cat on his. I even took out the H in his, right? Cat on his. So when you make that T a D, you make English a little bit less harsh, a little bit easier on the ear. This is very common in American English, not so much in British English, but Americans have this quality. This is why I love American English. I love the rhythm of English. I love everything about this. I love how I stress holding and cat and lap and everything else so smoothly comes together. He's holding a cat on his lap. Beautiful. It just falls out of your mouth like nothing. Next, we're going to look at what happens to P. Ooh, leap dog. Leo will leap over the dog. Now, I don't want to say Leo will leap over. I don't want to disconnect leap and over, and I don't want to say leap over with a strong P. Those are things that are going to draw too much attention to the P, take attention away from the vowels where we want to be, and destroy your rhythm. So when you hold the P, leap, you kind of hold your breath, suck it in, leap. And when you release the air, you actually let out a B. Leo will leap over the dog, leap over, but not leap over or leap over, or I've heard so many crazy variations, but just leap over. And you do that when the P comes before a vowel. So over starts with a vowel, so we're going to let out a B there. That's a sound change, which is just going to help with the rhythm. And I'm going to show you K and G does exactly the same thing. Ah, kitty. Kitty will lick its fur. So lick ends in a K. It starts with a vowel. So what happens? I let out a G. Kitty will lick its fur. Lick its, lick its. Notice how I'm going backwards. Lick its. Because I want those two words to be very connected. And I'm just kind of briefly stopping the air, but then I'm going to let that same air out again on gets. Kitty will lick its fur. I can take a volunteer for these ones.
Please raise your hand. Viva?
Yeah. He's holding a cat in his head. Yeah. He's holding a cat in his lap. Leo will leap over. No, Leo will leap over the dog.
Leap over. Leo will leap over the dog.
Leo will leap over.
Yeah, your mic is a little bit off. I'm not hearing you so well. Could we get another volunteer? Just, I'm sorry, but I can't really hear you, maybe because of the mic.
Yeah, my mic is.
Who wants to go? Oh, Jenny. Jenny Chen. Oh, shit. Nishan, can you unmute Jenny?
Yeah, I can try. I'm unmute myself now. Thanks. He's holding a cat on his lap.
Yeah, you want to change that T. See if you can change that T to a really fast D, where the tip of my tongue is going to kind of flutter like da 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 da, and it's really light. You touch as lightly as possible on that D. He's holding a cat on his lap.
He's holding a cat on his lap.
Cat on.
Cat on.
Yeah. Think da 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 da. Cat on.
Cat on.
And a little bit bigger on the on. We can't really reduce on to un. That would be sloppy. So even though on is not a content word, we still have to say on. He's holding a cat on his lap.
Okay. He's holding the cat on his lap.
Yeah, you've got a mindset of cat being ending with a held T. But if you can think about every time you have an extra T in English that you don't need, it makes you sound choppy. And we don't want to sound choppy. We want to sound smooth. So what American English does is it takes out a lot of those T's, which make you choppy. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to say cat on instead of cat on. Okay, let's try the next one.
He's holding a cat on his lap. The next. Leon will leap over the dog.
That was good. Yeah, next one.
Kitty will lick its fur.
Yeah, try to keep the words close together. No stopping. Kitty will lick it. Lick it.
Okay. Kitty will lick its fur.
Yes, okay, that you've got. Okay,
Thank
nice.
you.
You're welcome. All right, we're gonna look at linking. You need to link words together so that you're not stopping after every word. First, we have consonant to vowel linking. So when I have cat and on next to each other, cat ends in a consonant, on starts with a vowel, I always connect them together if they're in the same thought unit. And in this case, I'm going to say cat on, cat on. Oh, I see it. It should be, well, actually here I wrote on is also. So we have cat on and we have on is. I took out the H in his and then I link the N to the I, on is, niz. The cat on his lap. It sounds like one word because it's all linked together, but I'm emphasizing cat and lap. The cat on his lap. We also have consonant to consonant linking, like his lap. So I don't want to say his a lap or his lap. His lap. Take the Z in his all the way to the L. And when I say cat toy, I can just have one T. It's like cat, I hold the T, and then I let out the air on toy. Cat toy, instead of cat toy. That would be too many T's, right? And next we have vowel to vowel linking, which is very interesting and is crucial to having smooth English. Leo eats fish. So to connect Leo and eats, I have to connect two vowels. And in this case, I'm going to add a W after an O sound to connect those sounds. Leo eats. If I say Leo eats, I'm disconnected. Leo eats. Now, native speakers don't really think about this necessarily because they're just speaking in one breath. Usually non-native speakers need to think about this a lot in order to connect the words. But also what the W does is it makes you fully say the O in Leo, and it makes you fully say the E in eats, and it doesn't let you be lazy with your vowels. And then we have my orange cat, where usually you think the Y in my is silent, right? But we're actually going to say that Y to link the I sound to the O in orange. So I'm going to say yorange, my orange cat, all in one breath of air. Okay, can I have a volunteer to read these? You can do it if you just take a big breath of air and let it all fall out of your mouth.
1.
Okay. So the cat on his lap.
Perfect.
His lap.
Yep.
Cat toy.
Perfect.
Leo eats fish.
Good.
The orange cat.
It's not me orange, but my orange.
Oh, my orange.
Yes, my orange cat.
My orange cat.
Okay, good. Nice. All right, and we're also going to look today, this is the last tool we're going to look at before we review and put you in breakout rooms and let you practice everything. We're going to look at blending. So this often happens in English. It's totally normal. Instead of bite you, I might say bite you. Because when you think about it, between a T at the end of bite and a Y at the beginning of you, ta, ya, what is right in between ta and ya? It's a cha, a CH. So we can say T plus Y equals CH, and that can help your rhythm. It can help you get through that transition and get to the next important word, bite you. The cat'll bite you. The cat'll bite you. And that's pretty normal. You can also do it with D and Y, which will become a J. So did you can become did you. Of course, you don't have to do this all the time, but I would say that if somebody never does this, they'll sound a little bit awkward. But you definitely don't have to do it at every opportunity. Did you see that cat? So I was able to say the did you very fast and get my rhythm in because I used the J to speed me up. Did you see that cat? Okay, cool. Can I have one volunteer just to do those 2 sentences? Super easy.
I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, if you're on, then you're on. Whoever said
Okay,
I can't
okay.
hear you, it's your turn.
All right. The cat will bite you.
Perfect.
Did you see that cat?
Yeah, so remember we talked about that being a demonstrative and it needs to have stress. You need a little bit more attention on the A and that. Did you see that cat? That A is a complete full vowel. It's a short A. I don't want to say that or that or that. Nothing like that. Did you see that cat? It's a real A.
Okay.
Can you try again?
Did you see that? I'm having little.
That was right. You did it right. Don't question yourself. Do it again.
Did you see the cat?
Yeah, and at the ends of that, you're going to have to make that T, that by like holding your breath, that cat. You have to squeeze your throat and stop the airflow to make that T at the end of a word. Did you see that cat?
Did you see that cat?
Yes, perfect. Okay. All right. How I have a blank screen. Okay, so here we have a review. And what I want you to do, you will take a picture of this page so that you can practice it in breakout rooms. It has a little bit of everything we just learned. And well, it might not have the word stress that we talked about, but it has all of the rhythm and sentences. So I'll read it for you. Let's see if I can see how it goes. Okay. He's holding a cat on his lap. His cat's name is Leo. Leo eats mice. Cats are larger than mice. They eat mice for breakfast. Did you see that cat? It'll lick its paws, bat at the cat toy, leap over the dog, and bite you. So you're going to kind of work on that. You're going to maybe work on, clapping, squeezing, getting the rhythm together, and connecting anything that needs to be connected, and see what you can make out of that. And I would say you can have 4 minutes in your breakout room. Thank you.
I've opened all the rooms.
Good. Do we have some people left in this room, Abby?
Yes, we have some people.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Who would
Brigitte,
like...
you want to try? I will unmute you.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Perfect.
I
Go
can
ahead.
try.
Yeah.
He's holding a cat on his lap. His cat's name's Leo. Leo eats mice.
Yeah, that's the one where you want to be a Leo eats. Really go for the O. Leo eats.
Leo eats mice.
Yes.
Cats are larger than mice.
Mm-hmm.
They eat mice for breakfast. Did you see that cat? It'll lick its paws.
Yeah, a little bit less of the its. It'll lick its paws. Lick its paws.
It'll lick its paws. It'll lick its paws. Bat at the cat toy.
Yeah, that's the one where we want to take at and change it to et. So bat it. Bat at the cat. Bat at the cat.
Bat at the cat toy. Bat at the cat toy.
Mm-hmm.
Leap over the dog and bite you.
Yeah, okay, good job. How about Vivian?
Sure. He's holding a cat on his lap. His cat's name is Leo. Leo eats mice. Cats are larger than mice. They eat mice for breakfast. Did you see that cat? It'll lick its paws, bat at a cat toy, leap over the dog, and bite you.
Oh, very clear. Super. How about Abby?
He's holding a cat on his lap.
Wait. What happened to cat on? Cat on.
Oh, cat on. He's holding a cat on his lap.
No, you did cat on instead of cat on.
Cat on. He's holding a cat on his lap.
Yes.
His cat's name is Leo. Leo eats mice. Cats are larger than mice. They eat mice for breakfast. Did you see that cat? It will lick its paws, bat at that cat toy, leap over the dog, and bite you.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Abby. That was also pretty dramatic. Okay, Kyoko. I think Kyoko's there.
Yeah,
yeah.
but she's, yeah.
Okay.
Where do you want to go?
You want me to go? Sure.
Yes, yeah.
He's holding a cat on his lap. His cat's name is Leo. Leo eats mice. Cats are larger than mice. They eat mice for breakfast. Did you see that cat? It'll lick its paws, bat at the cat toy, leap over the dog, and bite you.
Okay, that was good. Yeah, I mean, obviously you know what you're doing. Super. So should we call everybody back from the breakout room?
Yes.
Okay.
The breakout rooms are closing in 40 seconds.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, so here when we do Leo eats mice, you don't have to stop between Leo and eats. You have two vowels there that you can link together with a W. Leo eats mice. Leap over has that B coming out to connect the P and the O. Leap over. Leap over the dog and bite you. So we'll have, we'll get one person and when everyone's back to volunteer to read it, and then we'll wrap it up for today.
Who wants to go? Sunil?
He's holding a cat on his lap. His cat's name is Leo. Leo eats mice. Cats are larger than mice. They eat mice for breakfast. Did you see that cat? It'll lick its paws, bat at the cat toy, leap over the dog, and bite you.
Yeah, when you say like leap over the dog and bite you, we don't even have to say and. You can just say in. So it'll leap over the dog and bite you. So I can take out the a and and. Do you want to try that?
Okay. It'll lick its paws, bat at the cat toy, and leap over the dog and bite you.
Yeah, and when you say it'll lick its paws, I would have a little less energy and time spent on its. You were kind of, it'll lick its paws, but it'll lick its paws. Less its, more paws. Yeah.
It'll lick its paws, bat at the cat toy, leap over the dog, and bite you.
Yeah, okay, good job. Thank you. So here we are again with sleepy people, but what I want you to take home with you today is to remember that if you want to keep your audience's attention, don't be choppy. Okay, that means not so many T's everywhere, not stopping between every word, not taking separate breaths for every syllable. And yeah, you don't want to stress every syllable or even every word. So we want to keep people awake. You're Toastmasters. We want to entertain everybody. How can you work on your rhythm? Good question. So if you're not a native speaker, of course, you can listen to native speaker recordings and pause, repeat, rewind, repeat, imitate them. Listen, now that you know these rules, you can start listening for them and then trying to imitate it yourself. Pick a good speaker. Not every native speaker is a good speaker. Okay, like don't listen to my trigonometry teacher, and record yourself and compare. How do you sound? Listen for your rhythm. Did you stress for? Did you say fur or for? Did you say demonstration? Did you stress too many syllables in a row? You can always learn theory from books or online. There's a lot of YouTube videos about it. You can say you're a non-native English speaker and you're working on something here and you think, well, I'm going to have a meeting later today. You can think, I'm probably going to say this particular sentence at some point during that meeting because that's what I have to talk about. And you can think of that sentence, just one sentence in advance, and practice how you're going to say that sentence. Because let me tell you, practicing one sentence is better than not practicing anything. And if you try to practice your whole speech like this, it might drive you crazy. You might not have time for that. Go for one sentence at a time. And you can mark up the script of your speech if you have a script. Sometimes people write out their introduction or their conclusion or certain transitions. You can mark it up and put which words you're going to stress and which vowels you're going to reduce. Why not? Now you know about it. You can also find a coach if you're interested in improving yourself. And you can go to my website, Smooth English. I have YouTube videos about a lot of the topics we went over today, and I'm always making more of them. I have online courses about word stress, and I have a blog and Instagram and all kinds of things where I show you all the tricks of English and how words are linked together. So that could be really interesting for you too. And I'm always available for semi-private or private coaching. It was so nice to have you today. I believe that Abby is going to have a Google Hangout if anybody has questions that they want to go over. I'll turn it over to Abby.
Thank you so much, Sheila. I'm just thinking how much I need to practice my rhythm. I give speeches, but they're not as rhythmic as they should be. I'm going to practice them here on. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending today. We look forward to seeing you again on August 12th at 6 p.m. We have Satish talking about mentoring. Satish Shinoy talking about mentoring. Thank you so much. Have a good night.